Hello.
Oh, hello, Professor Ruer.
Okay, go ahead, Professor. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Okay. Can you see my PPT?
Okay, we see you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. I will go in. Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank the workshop organizer for giving me the opportunity to present important early discovery made by two Chinese scholars. The fact that this conference coincides with the 37 anniversaries of the discovery of code fusion, and that is sponsored by Prometheus Corporation. Makes this occasion particularly symbolic.
Okay, if you can share your PowerPoint, please.
Sorry. Can you see my screen?
Well, not yet. Okay, we see your screen. We see your screen now. Okay, we see the presentation. If you can put it full screen, it's fine.
What problem?
Or go ahead as it is.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank the workshop organizer for giving me the opportunity to present important early discoveries made by two Chinese scholars. The fact that this conference coincides with 37 anniversaries of discovery of code fusion, and that is sponsored by Prometheus Corporation, makes this occasion particularly symbolic. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to Professor Miles, who passed away at the end of the last year. During the last 10 years of his life, we collaborated on code fusion research. I used the palladium rod he provided to measure excess heat in an open heavy water electrolytic systems with a static kilometer. These two photos were taken at the SFSNMC satellite sample in 2016. The left one showed us together when he was charging the meeting. The right one was taken on the campus of some universities. I used this photo as a cover of his autobiography, which I translated into Chinese. Below is the official text of our presentation, which is divided into 4 sections. I will introduce each one in turn. Firstly, I introduce Zhao and Jiang and their works related to code fusion. The left side of the photo is the Guangzhou Zhao, who majored in physics in college and subsequently spent 12 years conducting physics research at the Chinese Academy of Sciences. This experience ensured that his assessment of the physics were grounded in professional expertise. He later devoted himself to research in centimetrics, serving as an editor for 2 international journals and publishing over 500 articles and 9 monographs. Technically, he passed away at the age of 26 in 1997. On the left in the photo is IWAHLM17, who majored in EE at Tsinghua University, a famous institution in China. He had been a long-time collaborator of the Hunzhou Zhao, much like the early partnership between Pons and Fleischmann. They published at least 60 papers on code fusion, the first 2 of which were authored by Professor Zhao in 1981, subsequently in 1985. Zhao and Jiang refined and expanded on early works and published it as a review. Rosso and I translated it into English, and it is available for download on Rosso's website. Following the 1989 announcement by Fleischmann and Pons of the discovery of code fusion, Zhao and Jiang published several articles calling for support for code fusion research. Listed here are 3 most important ones, some of which represented a deepening of their early ideas. All of their insights regarding code fusion are based on the mining model of scientific discoveries. From 1980 to 1985, Zhao and Jiang summarized 1955 scientific discoveries made between 1500 and 1960s and developed the mining model of scientific discovery. The model analogizes scientific discoveries to mineral mining and has the following 3 characters. Firstly, in terms of spatial scale, Human's first discovery microscopic scientific laws, and then gradually deepen into smaller scale. In the direction of bending unit, Human's first studied lunar bending unit, and then gradually moving to the higher bending unit ones. This figure shows the scientific discoveries made by humans at different matter layers from 1500 to 1960s. It can be seen that the first scientific discoveries of humans were at the microscopic level of mechanical unit, followed by thermal unit at the molecular level, then chemical unit at the atomic level, then electromagnetic unit at the atomic level, and now it is nuclear unit at the nuclear level. The right figure shows the history of discovery of chemical elements, which demonstrating that the human exploration within some matter level predominantly progressed from the regions of lunar bending unit towards those of higher bending unit. Interestingly, the increase in bending unit during this exploration is directly proportional to the time. The last figure shows the history of human discovery of various fundamental constants. It can be seen that history has evolved in accordance with the continuous reduction of matter dimensions and the continuous increase of the bending unit. The second characters of their model is the conditions for the shift of mineral disciplines. A discovery of fundamental unit conversion effects between the various forms of motion within the lab. These pictures show the unit conversion effects between electromagnetic effect at the microscopic level and the mechanical, thermal, and chemical, mechanical, thermal, and chemical effect at a larger scales. The third feature of the mining model is that each matter scale and bending layer of why inert conversion effects are so important. Inert conversion effects provide the driving force for social life, which also offer more advanced experimental equipment for scientific research. For instance, photoelectric technology enables the amplification of weak signals. Spectroscopy technique allows recovery of additional elements. 3. The splitting of spectral lines in magnetic field lead to the discovery of electron spin, among other breakthroughs. The introduction of this new experiment techniques exploring some unknown phenomenon from various angles inevitably lead to breakthroughs. This is akin to the epoch making breakthroughs achieved by simultaneous exploring electrons from 3 directions. Already, if it's thermal effect and the Cannon rays, any single approach to the exploring the unknown encounter immense difficulty. The third feature of the mining model is that each metal scale and the bending plate will last for more than 2 centuries. Table 1 shows the order of magnitude of bending unit at various metal scales. Table 2 presents the lives of bending unit corresponding to various forms of motion. Advanced rate of mini-voltage sapling is about 10 to the power of negative 18 centimeter electron-volt per second. The table at the bottom lists the mining time for different metal scale. We can find the micro scale is about 210 years. Molecular scale is 220 years. Atomic scale is 250 years. The average value is 230 years. Now let's discuss the prediction of mining model and code fusion. The most important predictions is that there are various conversion effects in code fusion. There are 2 predictions. Firstly is what is the current mining discipline? The answer is nuclear physics. First reason is as aforementioned, one circle span is 230 years. According to these rules, the nuclear research will begin from 19th centuries to 1900 to 2130. It means there is 100 years left for us. Even the artificial intelligence consultant might be shorter than this time, but I think at least half a century left for nuclear physics. Another is Zhao and Jiang predict at least 6 conversion effects are not found when they are studied in early 1980s. This is thermal unit and nuclear unit, chemical unit and nuclear unit, electrical unit and nuclear unit, magnetic unit, mechanical unit, gravity unit. All these is not found in cold fusion, in nuclear physics. So they predict only all these effects will found, and the nuclear field will be meaning will be over. This is the known conversion effect between nuclear scale and large scales in cold fusion. We found. The broad text is the indicator that has strong evidence, and of course, this is the common sense for cold fusion researchers. But at that time, these two guys don't know this. I will to summarize all this conversion effect one by one. The first is the first effect is the excess heat, and it is temperature dependence. Excess heat was always observed in cold fusion, which began to the conversion of nuclear unit into thermal unit. It was realized 80 years after it was first predicted. The temperature dependence of the excess heat began to the conversion of thermal unit to nuclear unit. It was first observed by Jacques Ruer in 2000, although he was mainly concerned with the loading ratio problem. I would like to pay tribute to Jacques Ruer on this occasion. Since then, many scholars have noticed the temperature dependence of excess heat. This discovery was 19 years later than the prediction. The second effect is the conversion between the chemical unit and the nuclear unit. Of course, there are some reports of the more hydrogen gas than further efficiency in electrolysis of water, such as Bergamo in 2000 and IWAHLM17 and Bergamo companies. Of course, the evidence of this phenomenon is not is less than the excess heat. Another is another is the chemical unit transfer conversion to nuclear unit. And you know another name of nuclear cold fusion is the chemical assisted nuclear reaction. And this means the cold fusion is a chemical phenomenon. And the first cold fusion system is the palladium and heavy water electrochemical systems, and other chemical systems such as nickel water electrochemical systems. Of course, there is a microbial transmutation system. I think all this belong to the chemical unit into the nuclear unit, and it is 8 years after the prediction, the first discovery. The third effect is the third piece of evidence is the mutual conversion between the electrochemical unit and nuclear unit, which I consider to be the most important prediction. I think the first discovery is made by David in 2008. He invented the fusion theory in SFSNMC 14. And later, Gordon and Lighthouse invented the lattice inert converter, LEC, and it is 27 years after prediction by ZHANG and ZHANG. Another The conversion of electric unit to nuclear unit is rather rare. Although electrochemistry also involves electricity, it seems that the main force at work is the chemical potential. In contrast, selenide work is closer to this topic. Of course, I think we need more evidence on this phenomenon. For more, of course, there are also three conversion effects between the magnetic unit and nuclear unit, mechanical unit and nuclear unit, and direction unit and nuclear unit. However, I think the prominent phenomena is the mechanical unit to nuclear unit, especially in supersonic systems. For example, the ZHANG, BJHwang, and Formitril and Lipson, all of these works belong to the mechanical unit conversion to nuclear unit. Of course, the graviton unit to nuclear unit, we have not, did not find the evidence. Maybe, and I don't know where would there be such phenomenon. And now the last section is technical prediction and scientific perspective. First one is the method of nuclear unit utilization. SHOU and ZHANG clearly announced in 1985 that only when all those conversion effects are found, there will be no need whatsoever to worry about the consequence of nuclear utilization. Nuclear scientists will become the true professors. This is also the sponsor company, the NAB. Another is discoveries in cold fusion after 1985, confirming all the prediction. First is excess heat in cold fusion suggests that the nuclear unit can be directly matched with existing heat engines. Second is the fusion field and LEC indicate that cold fusion can bypass heat engines altogether, much like a beta voltaic device, to directly harness nuclear unit for power generation. We believe this will be the most widely used form of nuclear unit. I think this is from the technical viewpoint, this is it's a very important conclusion from the SHOU and ZHANG. Another is the impact of cold fusion on particle physics research. There are 3 points. Firstly is the current particle physical experiments rely entirely on collision process, resulting in ever-increasing particle energies, larger experiment apparatus, and escalating cost. A non-scientific effort similarly attempted to construct grand unified theories such as string theories without a step-by-step theoretic validation are also unscientific. 2. Present understanding of nuclear remains empirical or intense. Even the precise calculation of nuclear bending energy for the simplest nuclear theory exhibit a 100% deviation after accounting for all interactions. Far below the level of understanding achieved a century ago for hydrogen atomic bending unit. This indicates fundamental gaps in our comprehension of strange interactions. Root cause lies in our insufficient understanding of various interconversion effects, namely cold fusion. It can be predicted that after the discovery of the aforementioned interconversion effect, nuclear or particle scientific instruments based on this effect will be invented. significantly deepening our understanding of strong interaction. Considering the number of prices in physics, it was patented among all major fields. Within 100 years remaining until 2130, and given that cold fusion almost inevitably involves all this field, even if only 1/4 of them are considered, this implies that cold fusion will trigger a paradigm shift across all physics, which at least 25 number prices directly or directly related to cold fusion. This is all my presentation. Certainly thank the encouragement of Professor Ruer on this report. Secondly, thank you to the Natural Science Foundation or China support our work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Zhang. If there are questions in the room, but even before, okay, Bob, you get the microphone. But even before, we have to remind you that there are visits organized to the laboratory. Some of you sign papers to join this visit, you know. There is a first group leaving at 10 now. If you remember, did any of you decided to join this visit? Okay, of the group. But before, Bob, if you have a question before 10, you have some time.
Bob Greenyer, Martin Fleischer Memorial Project. I really appreciated that presentation, Professor Zhang. Really novel.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also I like the fact that you cited my colleague here and myself. So my question is, which I will say very slowly, actually, are you aware of the work of Bogdanovich at the Moscow Nuclear Physics Institute? Because they have connected magnetics with nuclear phenomena, which is one of the categories you said has not been shown.
Sorry, my English is not very well. Can you repeat again?
Yeah. In your presentation, you gave 3 categories in your mining scenarios which have not yet been demonstrated.
Yes.
One of them, which I'd like to address, was magnetic and nuclear.
Yes. Of course. There is some evidence not strong. Of course, magnetic energy to nuclear energy, there is maybe more evidences. There are, I think, at least 2 or 3 papers on this topic for Letts and Slepak.
Okay. Are you aware of Bogdanovich et al. At Moscow Nuclear Physics Institute?
Moscow, or maybe, sorry, I did not notice this.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much again, Professor Zhang.